like, oh God. And so I am opening the door. All I see is ass. Like literally, this guy was bending over.
Funny stories or stories in general.
I remember that one story or that one video where you two pied each other.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was a great time.
Yeah. So much tension.
It was just like, it was just a moment in which I was like, I can beat her for no reason except this is it. Why not? Actually, I really thought she was going to go hard, so I went hard first.
Really?
For no reason.
I just knew it.
But it was wrong, obviously. She did not go hard. I went really hard, and then that looked very intense. We did, we were raising money for Operation Smile, and in order to, we did a couple of things that day. It was around Valentine's Day, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We did, we did breakfast. We had made breakfast.
When we made those pancakes?
Yes.
Like 300
I wasn't there
Yeah.
with you guys. And cookies too, right?
We made cookies.
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah.
it was like we did like cookie grams, and so like it was almost like when you're in high school,
Yeah.
you can write someone a cookie or like write write a gram and then like put a little note, and then we will deliver cookies. So essentially, we did that for Operation Smile, and so with that, we did and accompanied it with breakfast as well as get to see the
People would pay
or donate, essentially, to see management pie each other. Because in our sales department, I don't know if they do this anymore, actually.
Yeah, they do.
They'll have competitions every so often, and whoever loses, they get pied. So in the sales department in our company. And so we were kind of laughing like, I've never really been pied. I mean, one time, but... So it would be cool to see management get pied.
It just sounds really weird.
That one time. Everything is weird, I know. I don't even know why we're talking about this anymore. But that's a story.
Like this is going to be like a throwaway podcast.
This is a filler episode in the episodes of podcasts.
I don't know. Yeah. I just feel my energy just feels off too. I'm just like focused somewhere else. But we can squeeze something out.
Yeah, like come on, make lemonade.
Let's make lemonade.
Let's make lemonade. What do you guys want to know? What else do you guys want to know? We're a little off today. It's okay.
I've been up till like 11:30 the last couple nights because I'm painting my fucking house.
Yeah.
Like it gets to the point of like, I'm almost done. And then I don't have my phone. And then I look at my phone and it's 10:45 and I'm like, all right, Chris, like let's wrap it up. And then it's like, okay, now we have to.
Are you sleeping in your house right now?
No,
okay.
because everything's
Everywhere.
painted plastic and tape.
Yeah.
You'll get there though.
You'll get there. Yeah. It's literally day by day.
It is, but then you go, like, you paint something and you're like, baseboards or the crown molding's not done. And then you're like, okay, we're done. And then you look over and you're like, fuck, you have to go paint that. It's just never, it's like Twilight Zone. Never ending. Never ending.
Do you guys just hire somebody or you just
I
want to do
know,
it yourselves?
at this point, no, it doesn't make sense to hire someone because all we have is the kitchen and the bathrooms to do. But now looking back, I'm like, fuck. Time is money, and if I would have paid someone to come in, do all of this in one day,
It would have been done.
It would have been done.
Yeah, it's
It would have
okay.
been done. But now I can say I painted my house.
Yeah.
And now we know the value of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I don't want to do it.
Nobody touched the walls.
No feet on the walls.
Yeah.
No wonder my dad got so mad when I was younger. Like, why are there feet stains on my wall?
Right. Now there's an appreciation to it.
Yes.
I'm like, I fucking
Even in the office too, though. Sometimes I know we didn't paint the office, but still, whenever you see like marks, it's like, what?
This
Like,
fucking
how did
table,
this
girl,
happen?
yeah,
like,
that corner
yeah.
over there.
pisses me off.
No, we had humble beginnings.
We were from the bottom.
There was
there.
homeless people that would randomly walk into our lobby.
Oh, let's talk about that. Those are good stories.
Yeah,
my
we weren't
gosh.
always in a high rise.
Okay.
It was down the street.
Yeah.
This is only third one.
A lot of things
technically.
happened. We had a homeless person. You got your seat stolen. We
Oh
have stories
my
for
God.
days. We have stories for days.
We have stories for days. On the 57, I don't know if you're familiar with this area. On the 57, before there was a huge homeless encampment, huge, where people would like ride their bikes on the trail and they would get mugged, they would get whatever. And so from time to time, we would see, because our office would butt up to the freeway and my office had the windows to the back. And from time to time, I would see, I'd see like coyotes and stuff, which
You'll
was
just
cool.
see people walking.
You would see like homeless people just like walking, and I'm like, oh my God. And then one time, so I started as front desk, and I was up front, and there was a homeless person, like straight up, like on some stuff, homeless, dirty, disgusting, and comes in, and we had a water jug in the lobby, and he like comes in, sits down, sees the water jug, goes to the water jug, grabs some water, and I'm like, he could be crazy. He could have a knife. I don't know.
That was crazy.
And
was
so
crazy.
I Skyped Sandra, and I was like, Sandra, there's a homeless person in here. What do I do? And she comes in and she tries to talk to him, and he's like out of his mind.
No, but hold on. You're missing a very important part.
his pants were falling.
So
Yeah.
she messages me on Skype, and I'm like, oh God. And so I am opening the door. All I see is ass. Like literally, this guy was bending over because the jug of water was right by the door. And I don't know if he had dropped the cup or whatever. He was bending over, and his pant, like his whole butt was out,
Exposed.
exposed.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. That was so insane.
Yeah. And I'm glad that he was able to leave thanks to Sandra. But it was insane. Like, just to think that there was a homeless person that came in. Obviously, they won't come in here, but
Yeah.
and then they got rid of the encampment. So then we started to see less and less of the homeless.
But talk about your
population.
car.
Oh my God. And then one time,
Yeah.
so I had a Tahoe.
I remember that thing.
Yeah, it was
Hefty one.
I loved it. I had a Tahoe, and it was like Labor Day, because I remember it was pretty quiet, and it was a holiday Monday, and I'm in my office, and Fareed was interviewing in Sabs's
Office then, yeah.
and all I hear, and he's in the middle of an interview, all I hear is, Andy! And the second time I hear it, I knew it had to do with my car. And I'm like, oh my God. And I get out of my office, I run outside because I hear that the door was closing. And all I see is a car driving away and Fareed holding one of my seats. And so I called 911, or I called the cops, and they were like, you're like the third person today that people have stolen the back seats of a Tahoe just today. Because it's like the third row and you can easily yank them out and you sell them for $500. So I was pissed. They jacked my back, only one of them, because Fareed got the other one, and then broke my back window. So it was an insurance job, but still, I had to pay for that. And then, like 2 days later, I found my seats on Craigslist. And I was like, Chris, like, what do, and he was like, yeah, I could go there, but then what? Like, I'm paying them. And
No, you
how would
steal
I
it
know?
back.
There was I even called Chevy, and I was like, is there some kind of VIN number where I can claim, like, hey, cops, like, they have my seats? And they're like, there's no identification on the seats, which really is annoying. But yeah, we found them, and Chris was like, I'm not about to show up. Who knows what these guys are like, whatever. So I was like, fuck.
Dang. That's so crazy.
Now we have a parking structure with parking
Yeah.
attendants. Humble beginnings.
Oh, that
What
is
else
insane.
happened? Jesus.
We're like, everything happened to Dre.
Poor Dre.
Poor Dre.
Oh, that one time I interviewed in a onesie.
Yeah.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
That
was Christmas time, though.
Yeah, but still, like, who does that?
Sandra does.
I did. Yeah.
Well, we had a onesie party.
Yeah, we had a onesie
For Christmas.
party. But mine wasn't even Christmas. It was like this
Unicorn.
pink. No, it was like pink and it had pancakes all over it.
But you put a blazer on.
Yeah. I played it off though. I was like, yeah, we have an amazing company culture and like it's so fun. Today's onesie day. Yeah. And that was the day that EB fell asleep. He was like knocked out and he didn't come in for his interviews.
Yeah. I do remember that.
The guy ended up getting hired though. That worked.
Yeah.
That worked.
All right. These were great stories. We can go back into work.